WWE Fan Talk Show here, bringing you guys another Ringside Collectibles unboxing. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new WWE Elite Series 100. So yes, we are taking a look at the brand new WWE Elite Series 100. I am so psyched for this set. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings and mixed opinions about this particular set. I'm going to give my opinion today. I'm going into this video review open-minded. I'm really excited to get this set in hand just because it is Elite Series 100. And we got so many different legends in this set. And there's so many different cool features that are new about this set that I'm excited to crack open and add to my collection. Alright, so let's get down to it and crack the first figure open. Alrighty, so we got the first figure out in this set. We have the John Cena. And for the first figure that I am going to be reviewing in this set, which is John Cena, we're going to be taking a close look at the packaging. We won't do the same with the other figures just because they're all pretty much the same. But taking a close look over here at John Cena, the cool thing about this set is that it comes with like a special artwork. It's like an animated drawing artwork. I'm not sure exactly how to describe that, but it is a cool little feature they add with Elite 100. We have John Cena right there. There's this silvery kind of look to it. We have John Cena on the side, same thing, Elite Series 100. There is the back, and it's a different one. This is kind of, I would say, is this an animation or not an animation? It wouldn't be animation. It'd be like a drawing, like a 3D drawing or something like that. And then we have the little description. There is a lot of light, so if you do see a lot of light on this figure, it's because there's a lot of light in the background. Here's the rest of figures in the set that we will be reviewing today in this video. There's the other side, and my favorite feature about the packaging is probably this foil shiny metallic Elite 100 or Series 100 logo right there, which looks really sick. And I would definitely recommend, like, if you're gonna get any set in mock and like out of box, it would probably be this set. So let's get to it and crack John Cena open right now. So before we get into John Cena, I'd like to point this out. Each figure comes with like a custom little backdrop that fits to their character, and this is John Cena's. Kind of looks like there's like some metal in the background with some chain link fence and just a lot of stuff going on. But overall, really cool, and I would definitely recommend keeping these if you want to display your figures all together from Elite Series 100. That would be cool. And then he does come with a good amount of accessories, I would say. He comes with a hat right there. And the logo says, does it say Chain Gang? So he does come with this hat right here. My camera is not wanting to focus. And that comes with this like white stripes, like an X. Not sure how accurate this is. It does say C Nation on the back. Overall, really cool hat. Very pliable material. And then he does come with some You Can't See Me hands. And I'm very bummed about this because the Chain Gang chain broke on my figure and it was out of package. It was my mistake. I pulled on it. I didn't know that it was like attached to the plastic, and when I pulled, it just snapped. And so that's very unfortunate. This is a cool accessory that comes with John Cena. So it sucks that it's broken, but you know, you could always super glue it. So there's the Chain Gang chain for John Cena. And then the best accessory, and just a reason why you should get this figure, like maybe one of the only reasons, or the main reason why you should get this figure, is for the Spinner Championship right here. It is a brand new title we are getting. It is different from all the other spinners we've gotten before. This one actually does rotate, I do believe. But it looks really nice. It is hanging off to the side, so I don't know exactly how you're going to do that. I don't know. Maybe you need to heat it up or something. Oh, wait, there we go. Maybe not. Maybe I did it wrong. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And maybe you open up from the back. I'm not exactly sure. We'll mess with it in a little bit. But it does come with some nice side plates. It says WWE Champion, and my camera's just not wanting to focus today. I don't know what's up with that. But hopefully it's picking up some of the detail. There's a lot of cool paint work going on with this championship. I think it's the same strap. Actually, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what this left-right thing is. It says 2014 on there, so I have no idea. Very cool championship. And then we have the John Cena right here, looking freaking fantastic. It's got the double jointed arms. He's got the removable wristbands right there and all the black and the white, which looks pretty freaking awesome. My only gripe with this figure is that it looks like it's like the same exact body mold as we've seen before for the past like 10 years. I don't know about this head sculpt. I feel like the head sculpt, I don't know if we've seen that before. Leave it in the comments down below if we've seen the head sculpt before. He stands pretty well. I think it's pretty much the same exact thing. You could expect the same thing that we've seen before, especially with the torso and the legs. One thing that's always bothered me is that the knee pads don't ever show, and I feel like they should show because his jorts don't always cover his knee pads. And so that's just something that's always bothered me with this particular mold, and I feel like they should fix that. I just think it's crazy that we get updated arms, and we never get updated like lower legs or updated shoes or anything like that for this body mold. So I wish they would do that in the future with this John Cena. But overall, it's pretty fantastic, and I would recommend it. But, you know, still another John Cena in the collection, and I'm pretty psyched for it, especially with the Spinner Championship right here. So next up, we have the backdrop for Rey Mysterio. We have that kind of like eagle hawk look that is on his mask, and this very San Diego-esque, maybe Mexico-esque looking backdrop with all these cool colors with the oranges and the reds. This is a cool backdrop to add with your Rey Mysterio. I think it would work with any Rey Mysterio, if I'm being completely honest. Rey Mysterio does come with the, I believe this is the WCW Cruiserweight Championship, which looks fantastic. Again, my camera is just refusing to focus. No idea what's going on today. Totally strange, but overall, this is a really cool title and one that we've never seen in figure form before. It's really stupid that you can't focus this. I have no idea what's going on. But there's a championship, a nice look at it. I think it's crazy how the side plates are this big. I think it's actually pretty cool and unique. I like how it says WCW, like the whole plate is WCW. It would be cool to see this championship back in the WWE, or at least like something that looks similar to it. I like this design, and I think it would work well with championships. Maybe something in NXT one day that might be pretty cool. So there's the Cruiserweight Championship, and then he does come with oversized mic holding hands as well as fists right there. And then we have the Rey Mysterio looking pretty cool. So this Rey Mysterio, I feel like I don't know. I feel like we're spoiled of Rey Mysterios, so we just expect every Rey Mysterio to be top notch. I think this is one of the Rey Mysterios that has the coolest colors, if I'm being 100% honest. I like the lime and the yellow and the white and the reds and the whites. I think it all works really, really well. I think this Rey Mysterio does look pretty clean and fantastic, if I'm being honest. And then we have the boots lacing from the front, looking great. And I'm not sure, are these brand new boots? These might be brand new boots. I'm not quite sure. But I've heard some people trashing on this figure, and I can understand why people trash on this figure. I know we've seen a ton of Rey Mysterios recently, but I'm not going to trash on it because I think it's an awesome looking Rey Mysterio. I love that mask right there, looking really cool. It's one of my favorite Rey Mysterio head sculpts. It has that nice classic Rey Mysterio mask where the lip area kind of goes down under the nose. And then, of course, this is not like an up-to-date Rey Mysterio. This is back in his WCW days where he wore tights. But overall, really, really sick Rey Mysterio. We even have the laces on the back of the mask. That is so sick. But overall, really cool Rey Mysterio. I just wish, my one complaint is that I wish they fixed the sizing with the hands, because I feel like his hands are just like way too giant. Yeah, I think that's the only thing that I would probably change about this Rey Mysterio is how giant his hands are. From a distance, you can't really tell, but if you bring it up close, you could just see how huge his hands are. And I think that they're fixing that with the Andre the Giant that we're going to take a look at today. So I don't know why they can't do that for Rey Mysterio. And it really sucks too, because whenever we do get the right sized hands, they're the gloved ones, and they never have, there's no mic holding hand versions of the gloves. There's only fists and open hands. So if we could get some mic holding hands in the gloves or some smaller hands, that would be fantastic. But overall, really cool Rey Mysterio. Let's move on to the next figure in the set. All right, next up we do have Becky Lynch right here, and we have some splattered paint kind of going down. I don't know how exactly this relates to Becky Lynch, but it does look like a great piece of art. So there's the little cardboard backing. Becky Lynch does come with a brand new SmackDown Women's Championship, and they really get you with this figure because before I reveal the figure, I feel like, just by my first glance, I feel like it might be the weakest figure in the set. If you look at my other video reviews, you know that my biggest pet peeve with the women's figures is that they rarely ever give them ankle pivot. Like on rare occasions, they give them ankle pivot. And this figure does not come with ankle pivot. But this is a brand new SmackDown Women's Championship. And, you know, they kind of get you because you want this new championship. It's sized right and it looks way better. But you have to get the Becky Lynch in order to get it. So taking a closer look at the championship, it does look fantastic. I really just wish my focus would work. But there is the championship. And I love the gold outlining on the WWE logo with the stripe. I think it looks fantastic. I'm not sure if these side plates are the same size. I'm sure they are. I know that the main plate right here is smaller. It's sized down, so it's going to fit better with the women's figures. So overall, very cool championship. I wonder if the strap's new too. Yeah, it says 2022. So very cool SmackDown Women's Championship. Here we have Becky Lynch. She does come with a rubber coat as well. And I think this is a really nice rubber coat. Again, I'm not a fan of rubber coats. I know that they have like cooler and better detail and whatnot, but you cannot pose them to save your life. And it just kind of, actually, wait a minute. Maybe you can. I'm like bending arms right now. So, I don't know. Can you do that? You can kind of pose her. I heard people saying you can't pose her, but if you wanted her in this pose, you could probably like have her standing there. So, you know what? You can pose her in this jacket. So, those of you who are saying you cannot, you're a bunch of liars, straight up, because you can. So, I'm not going to trash on this today because I'm impressed, and you can remove it fairly easy, I would say. So, there's the leather jacket looking fantastic, rubber jacket, whatever you want to call it. We have the gold studs going throughout, and it is a very soft material. So, very cool. And here we have Becky Lynch, and I absolutely love this gear on Becky Lynch. I think it looks fantastic. But I feel like, you know, you don't get ankle pivot, so it's just kind of like, for me, it just makes me go insane. I also feel like this upper torso is just way too big. Just like, what in the world? I just feel like it's way too oversized. What is going on over there? Super strange. But I do like the white. I like the white fishnet stockings. The knee pads look cool with the gray. I do like the white stripes going throughout. I assume these are supposed to be socks, maybe. Not quite sure. Then we get the Becky Lynch head sculpt, which looks pretty good. I think it looks like Becky Lynch. There's some resemblance there. And we get her crazy hair right there. But overall, very cool Becky Lynch. We got the double jointed arms and whatnot. I feel like the upper torso is a little loose, and then we get no ankle pivot. So there's some points marked down on this figure just because of that. And it just looks, I don't know. There's something weird about not having ankle pivot on the women's figures. But again, it does come with the SmackDown Women's Championship, which we all do need in our collection. So you got to pick up the Becky Lynch. So I'm not the biggest fan of it. I've never been the biggest fan of women's figures, not because I don't like women's wrestling. I love women's wrestling, but just because like I feel like they just can't get the proportions right. They can't get the formula right for the women's figures. So it's just kind of a bummer. But there we go. Becky Lynch with the SmackDown Women's Championship. All right, here we have Stunning Steve Austin right here. Of course, it's not Stunning Steve Austin. The figure's right here, but we're taking a closer look at the cardboard. Looks like there's some stars and paint splattered. Very interesting choice of artwork. I'm not sure exactly how this relates to him. I know the colors do, but I don't know about the stars. Very interesting. But Stunning Steve Austin does come with some open chopping hands. And then taking a closer look at Stunning Steve Austin, he looks pretty, I wouldn't say stunning, but he looks cool. We get this cool, what's that tape? Why is there tape on this? I have no idea what's going on there. He does come with a nice cloth robe, which I feel like maybe they should have done the cloth jacket for Becky Lynch rather than Stunning Steve. This is a really cool looking jacket though. We got some stars. Maybe that's why there's stars in the background on his piece with some red. I'm sure you could use this for some other figures. And then we do get a stringer here to tie it around him. And then we also get the NWA Television Championship, the classic and iconic television championship. I actually have this title in my collection. It is the NWA title. They did not put the logo right here for NWA, which I thought they were going to, but I could understand why they wouldn't because they don't have the rights to do that. I think it's crazy that they even have the rights to make this very title. Like, I think that's crazy how we have an NWA title in our Mattel WWE collection. Like, what in the world? Like, this is a current title that they use in the YouTube NWA videos, like the wrestling show that they throw on their YouTube, except it's black and the back is red. But they flip-flop between the two different variations. I do prefer the red. Television Championship, I feel like, is more iconic, but to me, this is almost just as iconic as the Big Gold Championship. I feel like you see this design everywhere and throughout different promotions. A lot of people use this design. But taking a close look at Stunning Steve Austin, I'm not the biggest fan of Stone Cold before his Stone Cold years. I just, it's not for me, man. But I can't deny that this is a cool looking figure, I would say. We get a nice head sculpt right there with the cool hair and the ponytail with his hair pulled back. He does look really good. Does look like probably one of the best head sculpts in the set, I would say. We get the nice upper torso with the double jointed elbows. We get the cool trunks right there, looking very cool. I like the designs on his trunks. We get the black knee pads, and then we get the white kicks, and these are sick boots. I just, it's a pretty fresh looking figure. I'm just not the biggest fan of this character. I mean, it ruins it for me when I see him like this, and then I go to Stone Cold, and everybody has their preferences, but I feel like we can all agree that Stone Cold is just the better version of Stone Cold Steve Austin, or Steve Austin. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is a cool figure. It's not my favorite era of Stone Cold, but it's cool to have him in the collection. Plus, you're getting the NWA Television Championship. I know we got this with, I believe we got it with Hulk Hogan, and it was they called it the WWE Championship. So I have no idea what's going on there. Very interesting, but there is the Television Championship that comes with Stunning Steve Austin. If you are a fan of this era, pick up the Steve Austin. If not, no biggie, but I do recommend getting this title in your collection. Alrighty, so next up we have the Rock's background, which is the cardboard background, and this is probably by far my favorite cardboard background in this set. We get the electricity, we get the lightning, and we get some cool clouds swirling around, looks like a storm. And I think this fits with him saying he's the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. So fantastic that we're getting that. I think that's really, really badass. And then we get the Rock right here in his gear, and this is probably my favorite figure in the set. I've been loving the classic Rocks we've been getting. We've been getting a ton of Rocks lately, and I'm all about it. I think it's better getting Rocks than it is Hulk Hogan's, and I think this is one of the best Rocks we've seen yet. And I know we've seen a lot of Rocks, and there's only so many different versions of the Rocks we can get, but I think they're great. So taking a look over here, this is the coolest thing in the entire series. This, to me, is Elite 100. It's the Brahma Bull Championship. And if you guys don't know, I did do a review on this a couple years ago. I did get the replica version of this. And the crazy thing is that the Brahma Bull Championship was never actually used on television. It was never seen on television. It was only like a rumor. Some people thought it was like a myth. And then later it came out that the championship was lost in FedEx, and it didn't arrive on time, and nobody knew what happened to it. And eventually people did get their hands on it. But then they revealed it to the public, and but they never used it on television. That's the point. But now I do have a replica, and I feel pretty lucky to have that in my collection. Now we have an action figure format, and this is the coolest title we've ever seen in Mattel history. This is so sick that we're getting a toy version of this title. And the craziest thing about this set, and about this belt, I wish it would zoom. The craziest thing is if you do get this title, on the borders right here, there are bowls around going all throughout. You can see it on the strap there. There are bowls just like there is on the actual championship. So very cool title. I think it's crazy that The Rock never got to use that. I mean, if he ever does come back and he does wrestle again, I think it would be cool if he used it. That would be phenomenal. But here we have The Rock right here looking absolutely badass. We do get his gold shades right here with the black lenses and the gold all throughout. So very cool that we get that. I think we've seen that like a million times, but it is what it is. And then we get the Rock jersey right here, which looks super sick. Let's get that off and take a look at it. We have seen the red version before, but now we have the blue version, and I actually think I like the blue version a little bit more. Red is my favorite color, but I think blue fits better with this. And I think it's crazy because I think with the last Rock we got that did come with the red version of this, he had blue trunks, like the blue Rock logo. And this one comes with the blue shirt and the red. So I think that's insane, but very cool. It says number 1 on the side. There's the back, so very cool accessory there. And then we get The Rock in himself right there with a nice head sculpt, with the nice sideburns going on right there. And I'm not sure if this fits with the era of The Rock. I'm not exactly sure, because I know that when he did this, he was feuding with The Rock, or not The Rock, he was feuding with Stone Cold, because we had the Smoking Skull Championship, and he was going to have his own. So I'm not exactly sure how the jersey fits in with this head mold right there. But we do have a nice look. The Rock is smiling with his pearly whites. We get his jacked arms. I think this is the perfect arm sculpt or arm mold for The Rock. We get the Brahma Bull. And this is the same torso we've seen with The Rock before. It says The Rock with the air in red. And we get his nice open-backed boots right there with the Brahma Bull on his butt. So overall, really, really cool Rock. This is my favorite figure in the set so far. I'm so pumped to have this in my collection. I love getting Rocks, and I feel like we don't get enough of them. I mean, I could never get enough Rocks. But anyways, Brahma Bull Championship, jersey, sunglasses, The Rock, badass. All right, last and certainly not least, we have the biggest figure in this set. And I would say that Andre and The Rock probably have the best cardboard backings. I think that this has the coolest effects. It has this like very weird, just like, I don't know, it's like an illusion. You see these cracks, it looks like they're actually there, and the giant handprint. I think that works, and they're just very clever, this and The Rock. So there's the Andre cardboard backing, and here we have the biggest figure in this set. This is one of the biggest figures we've ever gotten. It is Andre the Giant in his suit. This is from a particular episode of WWF where this championship was revealed to Andre Giant. You actually did see it on television. It wasn't actually like used as a real championship, but it was used like in a story, like if Andre beat Hulk Hogan, that this is the title that he would use. I actually did do a video review on the actual championship of this particular belt. If you want to go check that out, go check it up. It was made by Fandu Belts. Go check it out. I do have this title in my collection, so it's cool that we're getting it in figure form. And you could just see how massive this strap is. Like, this would not fit around any figure. Maybe Braun Strowman, but this is just a huge strap. We get the blue. I'm not sure if that's accurate. I thought the strap was actually black, but maybe it was a navy blue. And then we do get some of the nice detail throughout, and we even get the gold tip. So there's the championship. It is two-tone. I like that they're adding in the two-tone effect. We could see, or two-tone detail. We see the silver in the background and then the gold on top. That's what two-tone means, so very cool that we're getting that. And then we get the Andre right here. Let's get the rubber band off of Andre. And this is just a massive figure, and it's just like, just insane. It just, the way it's like, just, I don't know. I can't even describe it. Just, it looks really, really cool. And this is something you could use probably for other figure lines if you wanted to. If you just wanted a giant dude walking down the street. Or, I don't know, maybe you pop a Kingpin head on this figure. That might be cool. But just a giant and massive figure in itself. Huge legs. I do think that they could have made his feet a little bit bigger. That looks a little weird. But very cool. We get his nice suit jacket and the pink shirt underneath. Very cool head sculpt and just overall a huge figure. So here we get Andre. And let's put Cena next to him. This is John Cena next to Andre. You could just see how freaking huge Andre the Giant is next to John Cena. That's insane. That is just crazy. Now let's get Becky Lynch next to him. She has her jacket. Becky Lynch next to Andre. What the heck? That is just insane. I can't imagine being this tall and looking down at somebody. That would be crazy. And then even shorter, we have Rey Mysterio. So there's how short Rey Mysterio is. I do think that Rey Mysterio is tall or shorter than, maybe about the same height. Yeah, just about the same height. But overall, really cool Andre the Giant. I think the coolest thing about this figure is, of course, the size, but also the Andre 87 WWF title. I think that's fantastic. So overall, really cool figure. We have reviewed every single figure in the set. Now let's rank them from least to greatest. Alrighty, so here we have all 6 figures from Elite Series 100. What an outstanding set, I would say. I say there's a lot of gripes, but there's also a lot of cool features and accessories that come with each figure in this set that just makes each figure so much more worth purchasing. So we're going to go rank the figures from least to greatest. We're going to start off at the very bottom of the list. At spot number 6, I'm going to give it to Becky Lynch. Not because it's a terrible figure. I do not think any figure in this set is terrible. I'm only saying that she's at the bottom just because I feel like she's the most bland figure out of the set, if I'm being all honest. I do like the white gear, but I think the thing that holds this figure back is it not having ankle pivot. Moving on, next on the list, I would say that I'm going to give it to Rey Mysterio. I love this Rey Mysterio. I love all the vibrant colors. I think it looks great. I think it's great that it comes with the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. I just feel like we've gotten so many different Rey Mysterios now. And I just, this is not like the biggest Rey Mysterio yet. So I'm just going to put him at number 5. I'm not too pumped for this figure. I do think it's great, but it's definitely not higher than the rest of the figures in the set. Moving forward, at spot number 4, I'm going to give it to Stunning Steve Austin. I think this is an outstanding figure. While I'm not a big fan of this persona for Steve Austin, I do think it's great that it comes with the cloth robe with the designs all over it. I think the head sculpt is one of the best head sculpts in the set, and it comes with the NWA Television Championship, which is a title I've been wanting to add to my figure collection for quite some time. Moving on, next in the list, I'm going to give it to one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. I'm giving it to the John Cena, and I was really expecting this figure to come in at least at number 2 or number 1, but it did not. I think that the 2 figures above this one are much more worthy of being at number 2 and number 1. This John Cena is great, though. I do like the gear. I just think that it's a little outdated. Its technology is a little outdated. The newest thing that we have on this figure is probably the arms with the double jointed elbows and it not having any pins sticking out or anything like that, which is nice. We do get the removable wristbands and the armband, as well as the hat, which is a fantastic feature, having those removable wristbands. And then we get the brand new WWE Spinner Championship, and this is a fantastic Cena to have in your collection, especially if you don't have the Spinner Championship that actually spins. I believe this is the first time we're getting the regular version of the Spinner title that actually spins. I do think that the Rated R Championship, I think that spun, but definitely not the regular version in the Mattel line. I know we got some Jakks-specific ones that did spin. I did have one a long, long time ago, but this is the first time we're getting it in the Mattel line, so John Cena at number 3. And moving on to the number 2 spot. Is it Andre the Giant or is it The Rock? I'm going to give it to Andre the Giant, which means that The Rock is at number 1. Let's see if it can stand. The Rock is at number 1. And the reason why I did this was just because I was not expecting The Rock to be as good as he was. I didn't think that this figure was going to be that great, but I'm honestly really impressed with this Rock figure. The Andre the Giant is a fantastic figure, and there's nothing really like bad about it at all. It's just I enjoy the Rock figure just a little bit more than the Andre. I think it's great that the Andre comes with the 1987 Andre belt that I actually do have in my collection, so it makes me really pumped to have it in action figure form. It is just insane. Just the sheer mass of this Andre the Giant is insane. You put a Becky Lynch next to him, she goes up to like his waist or his belly. And I think that's just insane. Just getting this Andre, I think the size is just worth, getting this figure. And then we have The Rock over here, which has an awesome freaking Rock jersey right there in the blue, which I do prefer over the red one that he got before. And then he does come with the Brahma Bull Championship, which is my favorite title in this set, and I think the one everybody is going to be looking out for. I also really do enjoy this head scan from The Rock. I think it looks just like him. Again, I'm not too sure if this is the right era, the right head sculpt era for the Brahma Bull Championship or even the jersey. It kind of looks like a mixture of different eras, but I could be completely wrong with that. But overall, The Rock is at number 1, and I think it's cool that his arm says hashtag number 1. Or not hashtag number 1. Number 1. Just number 1. Not hashtag. Ignore that I said that. So those are the figures from Elite Series 100. Leave your opinions in the comments down below on what you think about this set. I would give this set a solid 10 out of 10 just because I enjoy it a lot, and it is Elite Series 100. Do I think that they could have done a lot more with this set? Yes. I think that it's a cool idea to throw a bunch of legends in here because, it is pretty much a bunch of legends. We got an old Cena, we got Andre, and we got The Rock, Rey Mysterio, old Stunning Steve. The newest figure we got in the set is Becky Lynch, so it's pretty rare that we get a set filled with legends like this. I think it's pretty unique and pretty, I'd say it's outstanding. So overall, I think that they could have put like newer wrestlers in here with different gears that we've been looking for. But I could see why they went with some legends for Elite Series 100. Overall, I do really enjoy this set, and I do recommend going to Ringside Collectibles and picking it up using discount code Tanner, TANNER, all caps to save 10% at checkout. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. WWE Fan Talk Show, out.